are evaluating it under isa lang na axis, no? And that axis is the atong na ay minimum na I, no? I minimum, no? Because sa atong PL over R, this is actually the minimum, no? Because having this at a minimum would grant you a higher value of slenderness ratio. And the higher the slenderness ratio, the more susceptible it becomes to buckling. So that's why ato ni siya i-kept at minimum, no? Except na lang ato isa lang to ka-topic na ato siya i-brace, no? Because kung ato siya i-brace, yeah, of course, no, di na siya maka-igo, no? Although niya po siya minimal na buckling, but in essence, di na siya kalihok. And we are evaluating both R, no? Rx and Ry, no? Depende kung asa natin siya i-restrain. But mostly, no, di rin na siya i-restrain sa Kuiper axis. Okay, so for this afternoon, we're going to continue like our compression members. We have here no, the portion of buckling in which na siya twisting, but without the bending. So it happens only at the longitudinal axis. And then we also have a combination of both, no? In which mag-bend siya, and then while bending, it twists pa yun siya. So that's your flexural torsional buckling. Okay? So, continue again. We have here, no, just a recap lang siguro. We already had this definition before. It says there that for a flexural buckling, deflection caused, this is a deflection caused by bending above the axis with the largest slenderness ratio. Take note again, no? Largest slenderness ratio because this is in the minor axis or katong mga minimum R. So with the higher again the slenderness ratio, the more susceptible it is to buckling. And then this kind of buckling will occur in any type of compression, including built-up sections. So that's why mo kini mauna nga topic under compression, because in any type of cross-section na siya, wide flange, bar, channel, pipe, okay, and as well, no, itong mga section, frictional buckling is common to them all. And then, as described, torsional buckling will have twisting, no, in a single axis, and normally this is above the longitudinal axis. And your torsional buckling will occur only with doubly symmetrical cross section. So doubly symmetrical. So that includes your wide flat section. Because symmetrical siya rin eh. Symmetrical kung siya rin axis. So doubly symmetrical. So common also for wide flange section. Although in the case of wide flange section, i-limit nato ni siya, no, in reality, no? I-limit nato siya by putting restraints dito sa atong wide flange section. So, kung ma-restrain na siya, na ito po, possible na siya na ma-avoid na failure. So that's why, although common also it will occur to this kind of section, at least, no, in reality, ako na siya i-limit. So that's why sometimes hindi na nato na siya gano'n. Okay, and again, for our built-up members, it should be investigated as well. So far, atong built-up members, atong built-up sections is ato na siya gina-investigate until the first flexural buckling, but we really have to investigate it also for torsional and as well as in flexural torsional buckling. Okay, and this will, of course, not for in unsymmetrical sections. We have, when you say unsymmetrical, we have unisymmetrical and symmetrical lang sa axis, like your channel. Your channel is so symmetrical siya above the x-axis, no? Pero sa atong y is no longer symmetrical, so that's your unisymmetrical, and also considered as part of your unsymmetrical cross section. Your piece also is okay, although symmetrical sa piece, hindi na siya symmetrical. Okay, and some double angles and equal leg angles, and there are those also in which wala it says symmetry in both axis. So example of that is your unequal leg angle. Okay, so sa sarap siya kanara, wala din siya symmetry. So those sections no, are very susceptible to your flexural and flexural torsional buckling. Okay, so I'm sure you already have a grasp on how it happens or how your section will behave, no? But just a recap lang. Okay, so you have this kung bending lang, flexural lang. So basically, isipin na natin one cross section without any bending. This one is not bending, pero twisting, but wala tayo movement, no? to the side of the axis. And this one na as for flexural torsional buckling. Okay, so get you in. Okay, so we now go to our provisions from our DTCP. So it's actually the same, no? So you still have the DN plus FCR, that's your cross-sectional area. So it says here that this is for the compressive strength, your torsional and flexural torsional buckling. So in our code, isa na niya torsional and flexural torsional. So may nalang para maisa na nato memorize nato mga equations. And it says here now with a slender element. So that means really lapas nato PL over R sa 200. No? So ano naman yung provision lapas ba kita sa well, actually there are cases na allowed din siya. Hindi siya allowed, no? Pero there's a necessity na lapas. Although I haven't encountered it yet sa practice, but I've heard no, na sometimes ilan na ipalakas o siguro mga aesthetic provisions. I'm not sure, no, pero yes, narakit siya na instances na lapas siya 200 and it will be designed as pure compression. Pero, no, to be safe, of course, we are limiting it dito sa atong 200 na limit for safety reasons, because we all know that your steel will baffle na kita siya, no? So like one time, no, I was there in a particular warehouse check something, so straight kayo lang ba sumpay nito yan yung section, no? So I think mga 12 meters vertical to. This is the roof. And then this is the floor. So, taas kayo. Wala yung restraint. So, nagtindog man. Wala yung backwind. Pero, build up na yun siya basically, no? May maklaro na ako na wide flange. Pero, maklaro na ako sa gilid ng may rebuildingan. Muna siya square na rin yan. Cross-section, but still, no, it's around 12-15 meters ba ito? Kung hangaron. So, it's very long, no, but so far, nagtindog naman. But of course, they allow, mas possible, actually they allow sa again, we have our P and it was FCR times HG, but our FCR now is no longer confined to the definition of sa ganito. FCR is equal to 0.658 blah 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 o FCR 0.877 depende sa atong EL over R o atong 4.71. This time for torsional and flexural torsional, we have these following equations. So yes, bigay may video. So easy to solve lang siya. Okay, so we have here our critical stress for flexural torsional buckling and torsional buckling. And this time we have some specifications that we need to follow. We have removable angles and T-shaped compression members. So you have this FCR equals to F prime plus CRZ and everything that one. So you have to memorize the last one. And then your F prime is to be taken as the FCR from equation 5.3.2. So this is this FR, no? FCR rather. That's yan, no? About the axis of symmetry. Okay. So we are investigating both axes this time. No? So we are going to investigate first the axis of no symmetry, and then we're going to investigate also the axis of symmetry. So that's why you need to be very aware sa positioning sa inyong Rx and Ry. Ato na sila tanaw niya sa here na Ry. Okay. And it's not really exclusive that when you say y-axis of symmetry, no, it's not really all the case, no, or all the time in which your y-axis is the with symmetry, no? And then your x is the one without no symmetry. It will depend sa positioning sa inyong section. So there are times na mag-interchange na sila or mag-rumble. So your y will be the one with the no symmetry, your x will be the one with the one. So you just have to be aware sa inyong positioning sa inyong section. Okay. So we have here FCRZ, and that is computed using this equation here. We have here J. Okay, for G, that is the shear modulus of your steel, and the value of that is 77,200 megapascals regardless of the grade. Okay, so it's the same with E. Atong E is 200,000 regardless of the grade. This is the modulus of elasticity. This is for bending, no? For bending na siya na E. And then for shear, we have our shear modulus of elasticity, that's 77,200 megapascals. In English, I forgot pila na siya. So let's just convert that, no, from English sa atong problem. In fact, no, murag English kaya ko magamit na sample problem in a while because I haven't seen any sample. But thankfully, no, for steel, regardless kung naka-English na siya or naka-SI, the equations would remain the same. No? So, nalang mga variations constants. And this one, lahit na siya, pero the general equations are the same, no? Unlike your RC, no? Type choice, no? Exclusive siya almost in a way, okay? Lahi kita niyang equation sa SI, lahi ito sa English units. Okay? So anyway, the other constants here, we have our H, okay? In which have this, no, X sub O and then Y sub O. Those are your shear center of your section. Now, your shear center is the point in the cross section of your member through which the resultant of the transverse loads must pass so that no torsion will occur. So, medyo no split, paminahon. But what it means is that cannot siya na point, no? So we have our centroid, no? Typical ng kana anti-centroid. Our wide flat section also with our centroid somewhere here. And that is where your bending, no, will have its neutral axis. But the shear center is somehow different, no? Because for a C channel, for example, no, our centroid is here, no? Yeah, siya. But our shear center is, I think, somewhere here. And that's the point in which your section will have its twisting. So they have so it's not necessarily the centroid of your section. Although there are sections in which your shear center is coincident with your centroid. That happens in your wide flat section. So, dili po yung shear center, dili po ang iyang centroid. Okay, so it says here yung mga coordinates, we have to compute this. There's a separate chapter for this. Chance and compute, but in our case, no, we will skip that. And we will have the definition of our shear center, no, by default, no, sa atong section. And then when I say by default, meaning we're just going to consider na lang right now is R sub O. What's your R sub O bar? So this is the polar radius of generation, and we can find this in our database table. Okay, so if you notice dito sa inyong quiz 2 ba to? So medyo nalitaas ang table, no? That's because I wanted you to see, no, kung sa tayo lang mga values dito sa itong database ang possible na mag-add. Okay? So we will no longer compute. Okay? Also for H, no, because this is a function of your shear center, so we will no longer compute for that. So this is your H by definition. Okay, so we will also be including this in our database ng sa atong table. Okay. So just to show you the location of the shear centers of our various section. So again, it's not necessary that it will coincide with the centroid. So in the case of white flash, it coincides with the center. But for C, for example, it's actually here. And then for angle bars, it's actually here. So obviously, no, the man is use angle bar is going to analyze it properly. This is your shear center, as well as your double T and your double angle and your T also. Okay, so those are some of the locations of your shear center. Okay, and again, no, we're not going to be concerned about XO and YO. There's a separate chapter for that. We will not do that one. We will only use the constant which is present in your database. Okay, so the one we have here is basically the simplified version or the condensed version. And again, this is exclusive to double angles and K-shape only. But if nili na ang shape, no? For example, na kay C or even white flat sections, the equation will become a bit different. Okay. So you have there your FE. Okay. So for all other cases, FCR shall be determined according to this equation. Using the torsional 505.3.2, I don't know to speak as using the torsional and then for for the FE, ano naman yung mga FE, di ba? Diba naman yung siya mga FE dyan, FY over FE. Pinigay FE naman din siya dyan. So FE will be computed sa inyong flexural torsional counting, yung FE will be computed using these equations here if we're trying to solve for FE. Again, no, for flexural, torsional, and torsional, because in flexural backweight alone, your FE is pi squared E over L over R squared. So, sa memorize, in this case, you have this set of equations. So, SCW is your working constant, and that will also be given in your table. So, nalagay pa gyapon siya pi squared E TL 1 TL ang memorize ang PCF. What happened to the R? Anyway, kung pakalagay sa sektiraya ba, yakan din mo alas R. And some another constants where R introduced, no? You have your J, that's your torsional moment of inertia. Okay, so it's not the bending moment of inertia, no? But rather it's the torsional that you see. Okay, and then you have your Ix and your Iy. It's really important for you to determine your Ix and Iy. Okay, so for the default sections, it is already given in your database, the table number. For built-up sections, you need to solve for these things. Okay, and then you also have that FE, no? For symmetric numbers, where where y is the axis of symmetry. So you also have this equation. Okay. And these are the definitions. Okay, so we will be evaluating the hollow axis. Okay. And then considering for symmetric I shape, for the symmetric I shape, CW will be taken as that one. Then don't need to worry because we will be using the values from our table for that from the C database. Yeah, this is for unsymmetric members. So don't worry about that. We will no longer be dealing with that. So for double symmetric and simply and wala ka. Mas puti no?